Sub Focus is the stage name of British DJ and producer Nick Douwma, who is known for his blend of drum and bass, dubstep, and electronic music. Interestingly, Nick started his career by messing around with old computer software in his bedroom, and was more of a tech geek before becoming a music sensation. He was so into programming sounds that his friends thought he might invent a robot before he'd ever produce a hit track. Sub Focus initially began producing under the radar, but his breakout moment came when he sent a demo tape to the legendary drum and bass label Ram Records. As the story goes, he wasn't even expecting a response, but when label boss Andy C. called him, Nick reportedly dropped his sandwich in shock. That phone call turned into a career-defining moment. In the early 2000s, Sub Focus made his debut with the single X-Ray, which became an instant drum and bass hit. However, during one of his first big live performances, his gear malfunctioned, and he had to beatbox to keep the crowd entertained. To this day, Sub Focus jokes that he's probably the only DJ in history to kick off his career with a surprise beatbox performance. Sub Focus's music is known for its futuristic feel, and he has often said that he draws inspiration from sci-fi movies and video games. In fact, fans have pointed out that one of his tracks, Rocket, sounds eerily similar to a boss battle theme from a 90s video game. Sub Focus has never confirmed this, but has hinted with a wink that video games are indeed a big part of his creative process. While many artists struggle to balance their love of tech and music, Sub Focus has always embraced his inner nerd. During one tour, he built his own LED light show rig because he wanted to control the lights as much as the music. At one point, the rig was so complex that other DJs were asking him for tech support before their sets. Sub Focus reached one of his career peaks with the release of his self-titled debut album in 2009, which included hit tracks like Could This Be Real and Time Warp. It's rumored that during the album launch party, he got locked out of the venue just moments before going on stage and had to be rescued by a fan who recognized him. That fan not only got a selfie but also a backstage pass for the rest of the night. Another peak in Sub Focus's career came with the release of his second album, Torus, in 2013. The album's cover art, which featured an intricate geometric shape, was so perplexing that even Nick admitted he didn't fully understand it at first. He later joked in interviews that he just liked the shape and thought it would be funny if fans spent hours trying to figure out its hidden meaning. His hit single Tidal Wave became a massive festival anthem, but during one live performance, an actual tidal wave of soda cans hit the stage after a wild crowd got a little too excited. Sub Focus took it in stride, later tweeting that he might have been the first DJ to survive a literal tidal wave at a concert. Another high point was his performance at Glastonbury, where the rain was so relentless that his stage was nearly flooded. Ever the professional, Sub Focus continued playing, joking with the audience that it was now officially a drum and splash event. Despite the rain, the crowd stayed and danced through the downpour, making it one of his most memorable performances. Sub Focus's rise in popularity also led to many collaborations, but one of the funniest stories involves the recording of his track Endorphins with Alex Clare. Reportedly, the two kept bursting into laughter during recording because they couldn't stop thinking about an old sitcom theme tune that was stuck in their heads. It took hours longer than planned to finish the track because of their constant laughing fits. Nick Douwma, the man behind Sub Focus, has always been a private person, but some amusing tidbits about his personal life have come to light. For instance, Nick's love of animals has led to some odd situations. At one point, his home was so full of rescued cats that his studio sessions had to be paused because of loud meowing in the background. He once joked in an interview that he might have to name his next album Cat Sounds. Nick is also known for being an adrenaline junkie, but not in the way you'd expect. He's a passionate skateboarder, and once attempted to combine DJing with skateboarding in a stunt that nearly ended in disaster. Thankfully, no bones were broken, but the video of the stunt has circulated online, adding to his legend as a thrill seeker. Despite his electronic music success, Nick has a secret talent for playing classical piano. In fact, he once said that if his career hadn't taken off in drum and bass, he might have pursued a career as a classical pianist, though he admitted that he'd probably miss the lasers and lights too much. Nick's obsession with technology doesn't stop with music. He's known for dabbling in 3D printing and has been working on a project to create custom DJ equipment. While his inventions are impressive, he's had a few mishaps, including accidentally printing out a life-sized model of his head instead of the DJ controller part he needed. Nick Douwma is very much alive and still an active force in the music world. but his near misses with disaster have become the stuff of legend. From getting trapped in an elevator on the way to a show to being mistaken for the IT guy at a festival, his life has been full of unexpected twists. Despite it all, he remains one of the most innovative and beloved figures in the electronic music scene.